Hi, my name is Holly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the books that I am very excited to read in April. I'm sharing 5 because I think 5 is a good amount. I'm going to be really busy with schoolwork, but also recently 5 is about as good as it gets each month. In 2021 I was reading maybe like 12 to 15 a month, which was very unhealthy amount of reading. I love to read as much as the next person. That was a little bit excessive. But today I'm going to be talking about the 5 books I am most looking forward to reading. As I study English literature and language, the literature side of my degree does include obviously lots of reading. So I'm just going to share 2 books that I will be reading for my course. The first one is The Dispossessed by Ursula Le Guin. I regret to inform you guys that I am not able to actually give you a little rundown of what this book is. I haven't gotten to it in my module yet. It's actually my next week of work, so I am going to be reading it pretty much starting today. So at the end of the month, be sure to stay tuned for my review. The next book that I am going to be reading for my module is The Tempest by William Shakespeare. It is a very small, cute book, especially compared to this one. It's a very cute book. I hope to be reading. Once again, can't tell you what this one is about as I have not properly dived into it yet. This is, I believe, what I'm reading in 3 weeks, so I do like to keep the things I read from module kind of a surprise, so I will again let you know what I think of this one at the end of the month. I'm actually looking forward to reading another work by Shakespeare. I've read Romeo and Juliet for my English back in like the 9th grade, I think, but I haven't really read much of his work since, so I look forward to reading The Tempest. Now, moving on to the 5 books I am reading for pleasure and by choice. We're gonna start with more of my romance books, and then I have 2 books which are more on your classic side. I'm trying to kind of branch out away from romance solely because as a literature student, I've read a few works recently, a lot of classic fairy tales, folklore that I actually really enjoyed reading, so I'm trying to kind of move more into that direction by looking at some older works that I used to kind of think were a bit boring, but now I've come to realize obviously they're not, and there's a lot of potential in them before that I overlooked in favor of romance. So here's to hoping slowly this year we will be moving away from solely romance and a healthy balance. We're gonna start off with The Worst Best Man by Lucy Score. You may have seen I included this in my, I think it was in my books I'm looking forward to reading in 2024, and obviously I'm reading it in 2024 now, in April. If you haven't already seen my books I'm most looking forward to reading in 2024, definitely go check that out, but I did discuss this in it. I have read a few works by Lucy Score and have always loved them, as I have said countless times in my videos. This one focuses on Francesca and Aiden. Francesca is the maid of honor and Aiden is the best man. They butt heads, they don't get along, and he is constantly trying to do stuff, kind of messes up the wedding, and she, being very sharpshooter, she is trying to keep the day as perfect as possible for her best friend. I'm really excited for this one. I think there's going to be a lot of tension, there's going to be a lot of little spats, you know, little fights, bickering, and I really can't wait to read how this one plays out. Lucy Score always writes like angst and tension so well, so I'm looking forward to that, and to be honest, I'm just really looking forward to another easy read. I find her books, I can fly through them. It's not too big. I think it's quite a, how many pages? About 420, which I don't think is, I think I just read one of hers that was about 500. So I think this will be a breeze, but definitely looking forward to reading another Lucy Score book. I can't get enough of her. The next book that I also spoke about, I believe in my books I'm looking forward to reading, I think, was Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I believe it's political marriage between the vampires and the werewolves, I believe. So political marriage, enemies to lovers. She thinks he hates her, and I have seen a scene, or like I have seen a TikTok where she finds something that kind of counters all of his hateful remarks. So enemies to lovers, very excited for this one. The cover, intriguing, especially compared to Ali Hazelwood's what I would call normal or standard covers. Very bright, very colorful. This is very different, contrasting, and it's more of a paranormal fantasy, which we have not seen her do before. So very excited to have a look how she does. I believe it's gonna be great. I read Check and Mate at the end of last year, loved it. So I'm really looking forward to this one. The last more romantic book that I am hoping to read in April is Consider Me by Becka Mack. Consider Me is a sports romance. This follows Carter and Olivia. Olivia is hell-bent on having nothing to do with hockey players. He meets her, instantly enamored with her, but she is the one person who says no to him. Oh my god! Enemies to lovers. No, I can't imagine it'll be enemies to lovers actually. I imagine, no, I could see it being enemies to lovers. I have not really researched much about this one. I just know it's hockey romance. That is amazing to me. I keep seeing amazing things about it all over Instagram, BookTube, and BookTok, so I can imagine I'm going to love it. And I'm really excited to read the rest of the series, hopefully later in the year, but this one is the first one. So I'm very excited. Now, moving on to the more classic side of this month, I'm hoping to read Persuasion by Jane Austen. This is a second chance romance between Anne Elliot and Captain Frederick Wentworth, whom 8 years ago she was persuaded not to marry. But now he's back from the Napoleonic War with money, social standing, and it's all about how they get back together. I'm very excited. I really enjoy Jane Austen's work, especially Pride and Prejudice. Also would really love to read Sense and Sensibility at some point. I've watched the movie, loved it so much, so I'm looking forward to reading more of her work. So the last book I'm hoping to read in April is Girl with a Pale Earring by Tracy Chevalier. So this follows Griette, whose father has just gone blind, and she goes to work for the painter Jonas Vermeer, I believe is how you say it. And while cleaning the house, the two of them strike up an unlikely friendship, which they both agree to keep secret from the painter's very jealous wife. So one of the high society members has started to have feelings for Griette and asks for a painting of her. And so the painter agrees, and they are obliged then to spend hours alone together. So not too sure what is going to happen, where the twists in the plot turns will be. I'm very excited about this one. It sounds really interesting. Also just found out there's a movie about it with Scarlett Johansson, so we'll definitely have to watch the movie after I've read the book. So hopefully that was a short and quick video for today. Those were the books I'm hoping to read in April. We'll see if we stick to that, and I will be sure to have a video at the end of the month reviewing the books I've read in April, and we'll see if I stuck to them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!